Are you a Christian?
I used to. I strayed from that due to toxic family trying to force it onto me instead of allowing me to discover and learn on my own. So the toxic Christians in my life kind of made me stray from it.
Oh, so you used to be a Christian?
When I was very young, yes, I would go to church, but as things progressed and I got older and I matured and I started to be able to think for myself, the family members in my life that were toxic were like, you need to do this or you're going to go straight to hell. And it was a very strict Christian household. It was like trying to force something down your throat. It like kind of scared me because the amount of rules and the strictness that came with it, I was scared that, you know, if I didn't do everything to a T, that I was going to go to hell. But at the same time, I wanted to be who I was born to be and be who I'm meant to be. And I felt like I couldn't be myself when it came to the Christianity that my grandma was trying to force on me.
At what age did you realize you were being forced to be a Christian?
Probably about between the ages of 8 and 10 is when I realized I was like, I'm not comfortable with how I'm being educated and taught about Christianity.
Do you think your childhood has an influence in your life?
My childhood, yes. There is a lot of generational trauma.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very beautiful time here, and I'm in a house with my beautiful sister. Somebody will ask you, you are from Africa, how can a white lady be your sister? She is, of course. That's the husband at the background right there. And I'm also here with my wife, the camera lady, and we have beautiful dogs and is it James?
James. Aiden. James's nephew.
And you have about, how many dogs do you have in this house?
2 dogs.
2 dogs. 2 big dogs.
Yes.
What's the name?
Malachi is our
Malachi?
big white fella.
Malachi?
Yes, Malachi.
Malachi is in the Bible.
He is?
Yeah, Malachi.
I did not know that.
Are you a Christian?
I used to. I strayed from that due to toxic family trying to force it onto me instead of allowing me to discover and learn on my own. So the toxic Christians in my life kind of made me stray from it.
Oh, so you used to be a Christian?
When I was very young, yes, I would go to church, but as things progressed and I got older and I matured and I started to be able to think for myself, the family members in my life that were toxic were like, you need to do this or you're going to go straight to hell. And it was a very strict Christian household. It was my grandma.
So you were born a Christian. You were born into a Christian home.
Yes.
You knew everything in Christendom.
For the most part, as appropriate for my age could know, that yes.
So you felt like it was a threat?
It was like trying to force something down your throat, and it like kind of scared me because the amount of rules and the strictness that came with it, I was scared that, you know, if I didn't do everything to a T, that I was going to go to hell. But at the same time, I wanted to be who I was born to be and be who I'm meant to be. And I felt like I couldn't be myself when it came to the Christianity that my grandma was trying to force on me.
Oh, so your grandmom was the one who started the whole thing. What about your mom?
My mom, she was one who allowed me to be a free spirit and was like, you know, these are your options. If you would like to explore them, I will support you. But if you choose to do something else, as long as you're safe and happy, I will also support you.
At what age did you realize you were being forced to be a Christian?
Probably about between the ages of 8 and 10. Is when I realized I was like, I'm not comfortable with how I'm being educated and taught about Christianity.
We will come right there to talk about it. So this was just about Malachi, your dog.
Yes.
What is the other name of the second dog?
Boone.
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 Because he was found out in the boonies, out in the middle of nowhere, so I felt Boone was an appropriate name for him.
Okay. So is it a male and female?
They're both males.
Both male. Why you don't like female dogs?
I do. It's just
No puppies.
no puppies. We live out here where people already dump animals, aren't very kind-hearted to them. We can't take in all the animals as we don't run a rescue. We don't have the finances to feed them, nor do we have the land to provide for them.
Okay.
So no puppies, and females also can be a little on the hard-headedness. They are more prideful. They have a big ego compared to males where they're just, I'm protect.
Okay. This was just an introduction to a beautiful sister I have here in USA. What is your name actually? I don't want to mention your name.
First name? Skylar.
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 And your last name?
Bug.
Buck. Your name sounds like Burke.
A lot of people pronounce it that way.
Yes.
Go
Including me.
Bugs. A lot of people call me Bugs.
So the correct pronunciation is what?
Bug.
Buck.
There's no S. I have.
So spell it.
B-U-G-G.
B-U-G-G.
Yes.
Buck. Skylar. Okay. Okay, so this is what? This is who?
Malachi.
Malachi. Your name brought a whole lot of conversations. And how many cats do you have?
Cats, we have 3 adult cats, and we have 2 kittens that will be ready for their homes here soon. We don't intend to keep the kittens.
So you're gonna take them to her?
We will find appropriate homes for them that we know will take care and love them, and that is where they will go.
And that'll be you. That's it. You bless them to stay with them forever, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Oh, what do you mean hopefully?
Because, like I said, a lot of people around here dump animals. They don't take them to no-kill shelters. So, vetting people, finding, kind of getting a feel for how they are, having a simple conversation. You can tell a lot by someone, by their body language, by how they talk about things.
Okay.
And getting a feel for how they are, how they talk about the animal, just being like, that's a iffy territory, or, yes, we feel as if the kitten will be very happy with you.
Okay. Skylar, for the purposes of this interview, I'm gonna call you Skylar.
Okay.
All right. For audience watching us, is a conversation I'm having with a sister. I came to her house today. I was like, you know what? Let's do something. And she's so deep, so learned, and we're gonna learn something today. Skylar, how do you spell your name? You're Skylar.
S-K-Y-L-A-R.
Oh, S-K-Y-L-A-R.
Yes.
Okay, Skylar. My name is Christian Upon, actually. This is F0rced. Kindly hit the subscription button. Subscribe for me. Be part of this family. It's a conversation. I may even come to your home next week. You never know. Skylar, we don't mostly ask ladies' age because they will be like, do you mind sharing your age?
I'm 28.
28 years. You've made us aware you were born into a Christian home.
Yes.
As a white lady. Raised by your mom and your dad?
For the most part, yes. They are both very much alive. Around the age of 12, they decided that they also did not find themselves compatible after being together for so many years.
Okay.
They were together before I was ever thought of. Okay. They stayed until I was about 12, and then it became a very hostile living home environment, and they decided it was best for them to part ways.
Okay. So are they friends?
No. My father, for the sake of this video and for the audience, I will address him as my father. He's also one of those very toxic people. He is the son of my grandma, the one who was the Christian who forced the religion onto me. He had a very unhealthy mindset towards people. He was very entitled due to my grandmother enabling him. And I have been in no contact with him for going on 10 years now, because I felt I never made him proud, so I don't necessarily talk to him. My mother I am still close with. I still talk to her. I still go to her about problems and issues that I have in life.
So you are not in good terms with your dad?
No, he's down a very dark path right now, and I don't believe he's going to ever change. He will be the way that he is until his time comes to be with God, if that is where he's destined to go.
What can solve this problem between yourself and your dad? Is there anything that he needs to do to
He needs to get sober.
Okay.
He is a very strong alcoholic. Thank you, honey.
Thank you. Oh, you only giving it to your wife? Oh, okay. All right. All right.
And he dabbles in substances of the narcotics.
Okay.
And he took advantage of my...
Cheers.
Cheers. Salud. If you'd like ice, we also have ice.
Yeah, I think I would love to have.
It's
beautiful
behind. It's in
ice.
there.
Oh, we'll take it later on. Let's go.
Okay. He took advantage of my grandmother and my grandfather. He has been in and out of prisons at least 4 times now, of my knowledge, regarding alcohol or the narcotic substances. My grandmother passed away in 2017 of cancer. She had 3 separate cancers throughout her life. She had beat every single one of them, but this last one, it took her due to it being in her throat and her stomach, and she did not, at her age, feel that it was appropriate for her to do chemo and fight it, because she believed God was calling her home. It was her time.
So your grandmom died 2017
of cancer.
How old was she?
I believe she was 73.
You believed?
Yes.
You didn't even know?
Because as time progressed, I became distant with her, because if she was going to, she helped raise me, and I will always appreciate her for that when with my parents going through their issues. But as time progressed, I became more distant with her because she was stuck in her ways, and I felt that if I continued to bring myself around her, that I would be in a dark place mentally, and that I would not be able to love myself because she could not love me for who I was.
You find it difficult to forgive, right?
I forgive, but I will not forget. Everyone deserves a second chance. I love my grandmother dearly. She was in my life constantly. She was a very constant figure in my life, but I could not be around her for long periods because I didn't feel that it was love with conditions. You have love without conditions. Like, I will love someone unconditionally. With her love, it felt like there was conditions to be able to be loved by her, and I did not fit into her, what she believed to be a young woman, because I was a very alternate child.
Oh, that's how you felt, or you feel, or that's what you know?
That is what I felt personally. She said if I didn't dress a certain way, if I didn't act a certain way, that I would not find a suitable partner.
So don't you think she was just trying to be the mother to show you the way, so that she doesn't want you to go to the other side of life, and she was just trying to be that mom who would teach? The Bible says, teach the child the way of God, for him to walk through the path of God, so that he will not depart from it. So don't you believe she was just doing the will of God by teaching you, dress this way, talk this way, walk this way, go to church, do this, do that? Why don't you see it that way, but you saw it in a different light?
I do believe that is something that she was attempting, but the way that she was approaching it was not something that I was really picking up on, because everyone learns and experiences things differently.
Okay.
The way that she was teaching it and trying to educate me with it wasn't so much guiding or leading, it was like, you're going to.
Okay.
And being forced to do something that you're not comfortable with or allowing to learn it at your own pace was just something that really scared me in life. And it's not something that I wanted to continue if that is how it was going to be.
What is your relationship with, this is your grandmom on your father's side?
Yes.
What about the one on your mother's side?
They weren't very present in my life. My grandmother on my mother's side was a very money-hungry woman. She never worked. My grandfather supported her, supported all three of their kids, and she felt like she never had enough in life. It was always chasing that next thing in life. And even at their old ages, there was a day that my grandmother had a conversation with my mom and felt, and they were both in their 60s, mid 60s when this happened. My grandmother wanted to divorce my grandfather, and he was a very hardworking man. He worked for a very big corporate. He made a lot of money, but it was never enough to her. My grandfather passed away in 2020 due to having water on his heart, and my grandmother is still alive to this day. I do not talk to her either.
What kind of heart do you have?
I believe I put a lot of love into people, expecting it in return, because if I love you, then you should love me, and that's just something that's been embedded. But I've come to learn that, you know, you can love people, but don't expect anything in return. Just be nice for the sake of being nice.
Do you think your childhood has an influence in your life?
My childhood, yes. There is a lot of generational trauma that I'm still unpacking even at my age, and trying to work through it in a healthy coping way. But I'm still young, I'm still learning, and there's still different options out there that I haven't tried. Where I'm at mentally and emotionally, I believe, is the happiest that I've been in my life, because I'm able to be myself, I'm able to love freely, and I have a wonderful partner that loves me for who I am and loves me unconditionally.
When did you realize this?
When I went through my divorce.
Oh, you've married before?
Yes.
At age 28?
We got married when I was 24.
Oh, so you married before?
Yes.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm having a conversation with a sister, a friend, a colleague. Her name is Skylar, and I came to her house today. She sounds very deep and very, very intelligent lady. I was like, you know what, the way you talk, you sound so matured. It's okay, let's do this. So I drove to her house to have a conversation with her, and we're having time. So today is just a normal, regular brother sister kind of conversation that we're having. When did you first meet your ex-husband?
We met in, I want to say it was 2017, 2018 is when I first met him. He was currently married at the time with his first wife. We were co-workers because we had both served in the service, and that's how I met him. He was just a soldier that was in my platoon, in my squad, that I worked along with when we were out in the field, when we were doing training exercises. And I never saw something in him. He was, you know, just the average Joe, very unfiltered mouth. He said anything that came to his mind without thinking of how it would affect the people in the room. He's not one to really read the room. He just is off the wall. Later down the road, in about 2019, we were deployed in Guantanamo Bay, where we served for a year at the Guantanamo Bay prison. During the extent of our deployment is when he had started going through his separation and his divorce because they weren't working out. She had needs that he wasn't meeting, and he had needs that she wasn't meeting.
Sorry.
You're okay. During that time is when we started talking and getting closer. We started to develop feelings, and those feelings progressed into a relationship. Now, because he was still married, our love was forbidden, because in the military laws, that is adultery. In any laws, it's adultery, but the military frowned deeply on it, so it was more of a under-the-table thing until his divorce was finalized. We came home, we moved in, and then we began our lives at home. We were together for 8 months when we then conceived our daughter. She was born in July of 21. We came home in 2020. We left in 2019, came home in 2020, out for a year. 8 months after we had gotten home, so in October of that year, 8 months after we started dating is when we discovered that I was pregnant with our daughter. She was born in 21, and we then got married in November of that year. Our marriage progressed. I felt that there were needs that I wasn't getting. He's a very big ego, a very prideful man, and it's hard for him to swallow that ego and swallow that pride sometimes, and that was one of the things that interfered with our relationship. He was also a very, how do I put this appropriately, hands-on man when it came to his women. He wasn't abusive, but he just was intimate in ways that I just didn't want to do that all the time, putting it nicely. We grew distant. We tried to find a common ground because it's not something that I want to do all the time. And there was common ground that just couldn't be found between us two. In February, a little over 2 years ago now, I strayed from the path of my marriage. I'm not perfect. No one in this world is perfect. There's never going to be a perfect marriage. There's going to be hard times. I strayed from the path of my marriage, and I began messaging someone. And from what I know now it was emotional cheating on my husband. But it's not something that I hid. It was there. He found it. We talked about it. 2 months, we had a very deep conversation, trying to reconcile and trying to figure out where we had gone wrong, what he wasn't doing right. And I explained to him again that, there's things that I have asked you and that we have talked about, and you would say that you would, and you're not upholding your word on it. You would uphold your word on basic things, but they weren't things that I felt necessary to our marriage. It wasn't something that kept us together. 2 months after that incident, he decided he was going to text me while he was at work and tell me that he felt that he could not go on with our marriage. And that shocked me, because he's the type of man where, he will think about something, and you can tell he's thinking about something, but he won't talk to you about it for a couple of days, especially if it's something that's really bothering him, so that way he can work out his emotions on it and try and think of a very respectful way to put it. So that whole day I was in a mentally dark spot, and he did not want to talk about it. He wanted to just come home, and he wanted to just go to sleep. He didn't want to talk about anything. The only way we would communicate was through text messages. That was the only way that he would talk to me about it. I offered marriage counseling, couples therapy, individual counseling, if it's not something that were ready for to step into that. And he informed me that he can't have a foundation, like he can't build a foundation on something that's just not there, which confused me. Meaning he just didn't want to put forth any effort. He told me that I would need to find peace and comfort in talking to other people about my issues, because divorce rates are very high here. So that's what I did. I knew that my partner was also going through a similar situation, and it had been going on longer than mine was. And with there being a child involved, I was uneducated as to what to do, because I was young when my parents divorced, and I blamed myself for it. And I didn't want my daughter to think that it was her fault, and she's very young. So I conceded and confided into my now current partner about things, and that's where our relationship blossomed. Towards the end of mine and my ex-husband's divorce is when he decided, after he had gone out on other dates and from social media and work hookups, that he then wanted to work on things. And I told him that that is something that I don't feel is going to happen, due to the resentment and the distrust that could still go on. And I did not want our daughter growing up believing that that's what love is, that is how couples treat each other. I want her to understand that love comes without conditions, that there can be trust, that you can work through things, but there are certain things that you can't necessarily work through due to like past traumas that you had growing up, and stuff of that nature.
Okay. You said you started texting somebody whilst you were still married to your husband, and you called it emotional cheating.
Yes.
Did you had any kind of affair with another man?
No.
Whilst you were still in a relationship?
No, I never
marriage?
had any physical during where we were before we separating. I've never had any physical interactions. I never went out of my way to try and find a physical hookup. They were just like emotional needs that weren't getting met, and that I believe that is a very big part when it comes to being with someone.
Okay. So the person you were texting emotionally with, is he still in your life?
No. When it was discovered that I was unfaithful, regardless of how you want to call it, I immediately blocked that person. I have never messaged that person. They are still blocked.
Forever blocked?
Yes.
Do you regret texting, or do you regret cheating on your husband?
There are some days where I do think back, and it's only because of we have a daughter together. There are some days that I do think back, but they're not long days. I'm not going to dwell on the past. But coming from a broken family, there's always going to be those what ifs. What if we had worked out? What if we had talked it out? What if I had decided to choose him when he finally wanted to work things out? Where would we be at right now?
He tried to come back to you?
Yes, towards the end of our divorce, because he didn't want to file the paperwork, or he didn't want to pay for it. I took the initiative, and after trying to exhaust every option to reconcile, I came to and after destroying myself emotionally, thinking that I will never be good enough for someone, I decided that I need to be strong for my daughter, because her seeing me like this is not something that I want her to grow up thinking that, that's just mom being mom. I want her to see me as a strong woman who can handle her issues, and give her the confidence that she is also going to be a strong woman when she grows up, that she can handle her issues, while also still having that support system.
Did he ever cheat on you?
Yes, but it was when we were separated. It still hurt, but he never had cheated on me prior to when I strayed from the path of our vows.
when you guys separated, he cheated on you.
Yes.
And you call it still hurt.
Yes, it did still hurt because I still loved him. I still had a love for him. And I was working through my emotions through it, you know, trying to get into the routine of what am I going to do as a single mother? How am I going to be able to support myself and support her, you know, when we have separate households? How is custody going to happen? Birthdays, holidays, you know, all the firsts without us being married as a family.
Why will you still feel hurt about your past when you currently have somebody in your life?
Because he's still the father of my child. I have since grown from those thoughts, but there are still days where I look back on the what ifs. They're not a constant, it's not an everyday, it's just a once in a blue moon type of thing. I'm very happy in my current relationship, as he is very happy with his current relationship. I don't want to seek out and try and reconcile, be together. It's just we're not compatible. Our needs are very different.
Okay. Do you guys talk?
Yes, we do.
So when did you finalize the divorce? 2024?
It was towards the end. No, yes, it was towards the end of 2024.
Okay. So how long did it take you to meet your new boyfriend?
It was during our separation process, our separation period, when the paperwork was getting filed, is when I decided to reach out to my current partner and just ask simple questions. You know, how are things going with your situation? You know, how do you handle things with, you know, a child being involved? I didn't feel comfortable in my house, being with him, being around him. So I decided to go over to his house and, you know, we talked things out, and, you know, he gave me some good advice and to try and help me with my situation that he's learned from his. And from there it just kind of blossomed and grew unexpectedly, because our relationship was something that we weren't seeking out at all, because we were both still married.
So during your time of depression, your time of processing your divorce, your time of separation, you enter into another relationship with your current boyfriend?
It took some time. I would say that we were just talking periodically for about a month and a half. And then from there it just kind of grew. And then my divorce was finalized, and my partner and I discovered that our feelings for one another were getting stronger, and that's not something that you can deny. You can't really deny your feelings.
So during that period, nothing happened?
It did.
So during the process of divorce, something happened?
Yes. I am guilty. I'm not perfect.
I mean, nobody's here to judge you. I mean, we listen, we don't judge. I mean, basically, we are learning from your conversation, and you are deep. And I like the fact that you are outspoken, you are saying it as it is. You are not actually hiding anything, you say it as it is. So, I mean, that's fine. Nobody's judging you whatsoever. So, do you think it's love or lust?
At first, are you talking about between me and my current partner?
Mm-hmm.
At first, I want to believe that it was lust, but it grew into love. There was a lot of love bombing that happened, that kind of like sealed it, and then we kind of, as time progressed, we became accustomed to our routines, and it's just a mutual love. We're both very infatuated with one another. We're both very in love, and it is a very deep connection that I don't ever want to lose. I don't want to replace it.
Okay. Did you ever felt this way in your previous marriage?
I did. It hadn't progressed. It didn't stay as long as it did now, or as it does now. about a year and a half or so is when things got harder to continue to be with him, but we had a daughter together and I really wanted to make it work. And you know, we continued on our path, and I want to say we were together, we were about 4 years, a little over or close to 4 years, where we just continued to try and make things worse. And we were doing more harm than we were good. There's a picture that I've seen online where there's someone holding a rope. The longer they try and hold on to that rope, the more that the twine, you know, the hard twine, it digs into their skin, and it hurts them more than it's doing good. And we had to let go of that rope. It was causing more harm than it was good. We weren't growing together, we were growing apart.
Okay. How old is your ex-husband?
He is almost 29.
So he's like almost a year older than you?
Yes, I want to say he's a year and 4 months.
A year and 4 months. Okay. I know America system, how it works, especially with females and divorce. They're gonna put you on child support regardless of the situation. Is your ex-husband on child support?
No. To automatically assume that that the father will be put on child support when there is a child involved and there's either a separation or a divorce is a complete myth. That has to be something pushed by one of the parties. I was very lucky that my ex-husband is cordial in the fact once he came to terms and accepted that I didn't want to continue to be with him. And we sat down and we talked about how our custody agreements were going to go, if we wanted to do child support, our assets, you know, what he was going to take, you know, furniture-wise, what I was going to take furniture-wise. And we decided that neither one of us wanted to have each other on child support. You know, if you can't support your child in your own household, then you're not doing enough for your child. You shouldn't need assistance with child support, and this is solely my opinion. You shouldn't need assistance with child support for a child, especially if the father is a very proactive and constant figure, you know, trying to be in the child's life, trying to do things, trying to make memories, trying to educate and teach. Now, if you have someone that you had a child with that doesn't really care about the child, then I believe that child support is a necessity because they're not willing to put forth the effort to love that child, to teach them, to educate them, you know, about the different aspects of life.
You seem to talk pretty good about your ex-husband. Why?
Because I still love him, but only as the father of my child. There is nothing deeper there. There's nothing that I want to pursue or be persistent in. I just love him solely as the father of my child. Because I know that our daughter, loves him dearly as she loves me dearly. And if I belittle or disrespect her father in front of her, I don't want her to resent him or I.
Okay, let's take this and continue the conversation. It's been a conversation with a sister, Skylar, on life in United States. She's been through so much in life. She's a beautiful lady of 28 years. She's been in the military, right?
Yes.
Served 8 years.
6.
6 years.
I only did the 6-year contract.
You did 6 years contract, and she's a veteran, as a matter of fact, she is. And now she works somewhere, which I'm not gonna disclose. She is so deep when it comes to life. she was forced into Christianity. We will come there and ask her, so right now you're not a Christian, where do you belong now? We're going to talk about it. And she hasn't put in her husband, ex-husband, into this kind of child support thing that people always talk about. People assume that so far as you are married to an American lady and the marriage is normal, automatically the person has to be on child support if there is kids involved. She said that thing is a myth, meaning it doesn't exist. It's just an assumption. People who doesn't have an education on that. So okay, so now, so your current boyfriend, he has a son?
Yes.
How many kids does he have?
Between him and his and the mother of his child, they just have one biological. There's 3 in total.
3 in total.
Between me and my partner, we don't have any kids together. He has 1 biological child and he had 2 stepchildren.
Okay. So how does it feel, or how difficult it is to be with somebody who has a child? Is it difficult?
The only difficult part I would have to say is if you separate with someone who has a child that's not yours, it's hard because you become very attached to that child. You love that child as your own and you want to do everything you can for them. I don't personally believe that it's difficult at all, but it is different if you've never been in that situation because you're learning your boundaries with the parent of that child. You know, what is and what isn't okay, you know, discipline, rules, you know, what you're allowed to do. So trying to navigate in a relationship, being in a relationship with someone who has a child that isn't biologically yours is definitely a different environment. It's a different, it's a different, it's different.
Want to come to me?
That's Bean.
Is he friendly?
Oh yes, he is a big potato.
All right, come to me, come to me. Is he a boy or girl?
Boy.
Okay, boy.
Oh, he doesn't know you.
Bye. All right, so how does the kid sees you?
Well, he doesn't call me mom because I could never replace his mom. His mom loves him, and I will not belittle or disrespect his mom in front of him because there is still love there. It's just wrong to me to do that. But he does love me. Every time that he is here with us, he always wants to sit with me. He wants to ride in my vehicle over his dad's. His dad believes that I'm the favorite, but that's just an ongoing joke that we have in the household because he just always wants to be around me.
Do you feel intimidated when he's around sometimes?
Not necessarily.
Why did it take you so long to give me an answer?
Because of how his mother is. She's not so much, you want to say, a healthy co-parent. And I won't talk too much on that because it's not my place. It's another one of those things where you're finding the boundaries because there's 2 active parents in the child's life. It's not just the one that you're with romantically, intimately, you know, a longevity relationship. There's still the other parent that is active in the child's life. So not necessarily that I'm intimidated, but there's still that boundary that I don't want to cross and make her more mad and try and use the child as leverage.
Okay. Now let's talk about this. How old is your current boyfriend?
He's almost 29.
Oh, so you are just in the 20s.
Yes.
All right, your ex is the same as him, like
they're a month apart.
Just a month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You don't want to go far. I like it. You're just around. I can see you are happy. Are you?
Yes, I feel more comfortable. I feel more loved. I feel more.
You feel protected, right?
Yes, it's a secure. I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to have a thought in the back of my mind of what he's doing. I don't have to be jealous. I don't have to be territorial. I know who he's coming home to. That type of thing.
Are you gonna be shocked if you find out your current boyfriend is cheating on you?
I can't even picture that because that's just not who he is.
Let's assume he has done it. What are you gonna do?
That will be a very long conversation that we will have to sit down and talk about. I can't really disclose any key points that we would talk about because, again, that's just not something that I can see him doing. That's not how he was brought up. That's not how he was raised.
When are you guys getting married?
That is undetermined.
Why?
He still has things going on in his life that need to settle first and be finalized. He is still going through his divorce process. It's been going on for as long as we've been together, so going on 2 years this month. So we can't really move on with our lives until the finalization of that is complete.
Divorce process takes so long like that?
It just depends on the partner that you're with. Some can take 4 months, some can take 2 to 5 years, some can take more than that, some can take 10 years.
Wow. So right now, legally, he's still married?
Yes. On paper, legally, he is still married.
That makes it difficult. Do you feel safe?
Yes.
Regardless of his matter still being in court, process is not yet complete. Do you still feel protected?
Yes.
How safe are you?
I'm pretty safe. I'm secured. I know she's not going to do anything. If she does, she will lose custody of their son. She will lose custody of her kids, and she will end up in jail or prison if she does anything.
Okay. Can you end up in jail too, since you are with somebody whose matter is still pending in court?
No. We've already gone through a court hearing that has been completed because of certain circumstances that happened during the exchange of their son going to court. The court is aware that he has and is currently committing adultery because he still is legally married. You can't really do anything about that. You can be held in contempt, but you won't really serve any jail time for that at all.
So you're good?
Yes.
Super good?
Yes, the courts know about us. And
oh, the court knows about the two of you?
Yes.
How did the court get to know about the two of you?
That is something that has to be disclosed by their lawyers. Any and all financial, intimate, any assets, any other incomes coming in, the court has to know about all that. You can't, it's essentially lying under oath.
Yeah. Do you think your current boyfriend was supposed to be your first husband?
No, I believe that there are individuals that come and make big impacts on your life, like your first love, your first marriage. My ex-husband was not my first love, but he was my first husband. My first love was someone that I had been with for 3 years when I was in high school. That was my first love. He taught me a lot, not something that I needed to stay with. He taught me experience when it comes to deciphering red flags in someone. The controlling is not okay. I'm the only person that's going to love you, the type of narcissism, what not to go after. My first husband taught me, how to be a mother, how to be a wife, how to handle things financially together, how to overcome things together. And, just throughout life, you just will have certain individuals that will come into your life and teach you different things about relationships. I don't believe that my current partner should have been my first husband because I didn't know how to be a wife. I didn't know how to be a mother. I do now. I know how to juggle both aspects of being a mother and a wife.
Oh, so being a mother is different from being a wife?
Yes, being a mother is more of a caretaker, provider, being a safe space where they can express their emotions, their feelings, their thoughts. Being a wife, you know, it has the same or similar aspects of it, but it's more of like a growing bonding, you know, I love you, we're going to be together, we're going to work through this. And then having your children see that and grow up to be wonderful people, you know, how to love unconditionally, how to treat people, how to be with a partner, and being able to have that standard of my parents were like this, so that's someone that I need to be with that has those standards. We had both came from broken homes, so I really wanted to pursue something that neither one of us had. I have family that wasn't broken, and that just was not something that was in the cards for us.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's still a conversation with a sister, Skylar. Skylar, I know you, but I don't know you much. I just know you on the surface. Mm-hmm. But a little conversation we've had, I've realized you are deep, very matured person. Does men still approach you? Do men approach you?
Yes.
Why?
I couldn't tell you. Men have types that they like to see, that they like to be with. Men still approach me because I guess I want to believe that they think that I'm their type. But I inform them that I'm currently in a happy relationship. It's not something that I want to pursue.
What kind of men comes to you?
All kinds.
All kinds?
All kinds. It's a crock pot.
Black men?
Yes. I want to say yes. There's a certain individual where I work.
So Ghanaians comes to you?
I've had one encounter, but I don't know if it was the intentions that I thought it to be.
At work or? Work. Oh, really?
Yes.
Do I know him?
You probably do.
Oh, really?
We'll discuss that.
What about Nigerians?
To be honest, I don't know what part he's from. I just know that he is from that general area. I've never really asked him questions about his personal life, where he's from and all that. I just know that he's just from that general area where he had approached me. And
did you, in your space of life, did you ever go out with a black person?
Have I ever? Romantically, yes, but in a relationship, no.
And elaborate more on that. What do you mean?
I have been with a black American, but I have not dated a black American.
So it was just a...
It was just a fling.
Okay. From Africa?
No.
So you don't want Africans?
I don't really... It wasn't something that was... I'm not one to really like approach someone and initially just start hitting on them. We'll talk it out, and if I get a feel for it, then that's something that I would pursue. But any and all individuals that I had pursued, I felt like they were wanting me for the wrong reasons. They didn't want me for, like, they wanted me for a short time as a toy, but I'm not a toy.
A toy?
Yes.
You're talking about Africans?
Anyone, everyone.
You're not a toy. You are not. What do you mean by you are a toy? Maybe that's your wrong perception. Maybe at that time you had a wrong perception about how they wanted you.
It could have been. It could have been.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. It could have been.
So maybe they came for a good reason, but maybe you perceived it to be a wrong reason. What about that?
That is a very big possibility. I will not deny that.
Yeah. Now let's talk about your religion.
Okay.
you've said it so clear from the beginning that you are not a Christian because you were forced into Christianity, like, and you were threatened that if you don't become this, you become that, you go to hell here and there. So now, what are you?
I'm an open book. I'm very open to just learning about the different religions, going and learning about it at my pace. When I had first enlisted, I became very interested in being like in the Buddhism.
Okay.
I was very interested in their aspects and takes on life and how free it seemed like they were. I don't remember which. I know I had gone to a couple different services. But at the end, it just didn't feel like a proper fit to me. But I do love their aspects that and their views on life and all that. Later down the road, when I was with my ex-husband, he is a Norse pagan. The Norse mythology, Thor, Loki, all those different, the different gods that come with that religion, with that practice. And I became very interested in that, and excuse me, I learned more about that, and I also enjoyed the different views and aspects that come with that. I have since stopped pursuing to learn more about it. It's still something that intrigues me, but now I would like to say I'm an open book. My current partner was raised in a Christian household, so there will be occasions sometimes where it has been talked about. I have gone to church with him to learn more and unpack that box of trauma and understand that not everyone is like that.
Okay. So do you see yourself becoming a Christian, gradually becoming a Christian?
If I continue to pursue and get more comfortable in the religion, I could see it, but as of right now, it's undetermined. Because
your current partner is a Christian, right?
Yes.
He was born in a Christian home?
Yes.
But he wasn't forced into it?
He hasn't really discussed that. I just know he was raised.
Okay, and he feels okay with that?
Yeah. So he hasn't strayed from it. He's still.
I hope you become a Christian. Because I'm a Christian, I want to introduce Christ to you. I know you already know Christ, but maybe the way it was introduced to you was what you felt pressured, and you felt, no, this is just on my neck. Probably that's how you felt at that time of your age, 8 years to 10 years to 12 kind of years. You were kind of still young to process certain things. Christendom is beautiful, it's good, it's sweet, and behind the camera we're going to talk more of Christ to you. Okay. Do you have any regret in life?
Not unpacking boxes of trauma sooner and letting it engulf me and take control of my thoughts and how I view myself and how I viewed others and how people of the male species just wanted one thing.
What? Well,
not all men want just one thing.
Exactly. Some men want more than that one thing you think of. A lot of men want home. They want home. If I say home, I hope you understand.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so it's just unfortunate that majority has made it look like that, or most part has made it look like that, but there are still good men out there. Your current boyfriend,
I have definitely found the gold mine on that.
Yes, I've seen how he's been 7 hours and making us feel welcome at home, and how he's putting things together just for us to feel comfortable at home. I mean, he's great. So your mom, how's she?
She's doing good.
And have you guys been introduced each other to your both parents? You and your current boyfriend, your mom knows him?
He has met my mother. He has not met my father. My father is not down here in this lovely state that we're in. He's back in my home state where I'm from, which is about 14 hours from here. So he has not met him. He has not met most of my family because I'm not from here. The only family that is down here is my mother. She came down and moved with us. I have met most of his family, but not all of them, because he does have a very big family.
Okay. Your mom is staying here with you guys?
In this house, no. She has her own place.
Okay. Where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm from Illinois.
Illinois. Oh, okay.
The great state of corn.
Okay. Okay. All right, Illinois. So that's where you were born?
Yes. Born and raised for 20
So what brought you to here?
When my ex-husband and I got back from our deployment in 2020, Corona was still a very big thing.
Yeah.
We had applied for jobs when we had gotten back. A lot of the places that we applied for would either say that we're overqualified,
Okay.
or that they're hiring but not doing the interview process due to COVID. And then we found out that I was pregnant, so it really put a lot of weight on our shoulders, and it was like, we really need to find a job. Like, we need to push more. We need to look outside the parameters of where we're at. My ex-husband started applying out of state. He applied for a job that was outside of the state. They called and said that, hey, if you come do this course, we'll give you a 5K sign-on bonus.
Oh.
And as two people who are pregnant, two people who are expecting a child,
10K?
5.
No, I mean, plus his.
I was pregnant. When we moved down here, I was...
Oh, so you couldn't join at that time?
I didn't want to. My ex-husband didn't want me to go through and endure something that would put stress and strain on our body to risk losing a child.
Yeah.
So we talked about it and he asked, you know, is this something that you want to do? Do you want to uproot and just go start a new life somewhere? And you know, I was like, that sounds like an excellent idea. That sounds like a fresh start for us. So we packed everything up. We moved down here in June of 2021. We had our daughter in July. He was able to have a maternity leave. He was able to push back his start date for the course. And he was able to spend 2 months, a little under 2 months, bonding with our daughter. And then that's when he started the course. The plan was for me to be a stay-at-home mom, to help raise our daughter, but with the economy changing like it is and inflation, we both agreed that it would be best that if I changed and I at least did a part-time job, which is what I did. And then I started the same occupation that he did 2 months after we had our daughter.
Oh, okay. So is he still with the state?
Yes.
Oh, he's still with the state?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you guys are still in the state. You are, and he is too?
Yes.
What about your current boyfriend? Is he also in the state?
Yes.
Oh, so you are just in the state. You are not living the state, and you are not living the 20s.
Yeah.
Oh, we are coming to an end of the conversation. This was just a casual conversation with Sister Skylar here. Last question.
Okay.
Then we're done.
Okay.
What will make you go back to your ex?
Nothing. You couldn't pay me all the money in the world. He's happily engaged. He has a bonus daughter, stepchild, but it's a little girl who's not far from our daughter's age, who calls him dad because she never had a father figure. I don't want to intrude on that. They're a very happy family. I don't want to lose what I have. We have a very happy family here. There's not enough money in the world to pay me to try and get back with my ex-husband.
I want you to look into the camera and speak to young couples going into a messy relationship. that they are finding difficult to make a decision, and also talk to people who the men are being responsible trying, but they are being denied of having access to their kids or something like that, and talk about child support for a minute. So we wrap up the conversation.
Okay. For those going through a hardship in your current relationship, there are going to be hard falls. I advise that you exhaust every option possible if you do believe that you have a life with that person, but at the same time think of your emotional and mental well-being. If it's taking a toll on you, if you find yourself more withdrawn for society because you're trying to focus on this individual that isn't giving you the same time of day, it might be a time to take a step back and realize that you don't have to be with that person. There are other individuals that would worship the ground that you walk on. For those experiencing, you said, child support,
Yeah.
who are having to pay child support and not having access to your child, continue to make that effort. Take screenshots, take pictures of you reaching out to the parent of the child that is refusing to allow you to see them, and just get proof that, you know, you still are trying to be in their life. You're still trying to be a proactive parent. And the court will see that, and they will have to grant you visitation rights to be able to see your child. Just keep pushing and do not give up. Parenting is not easy. It never is. There's not a book wrote on perfect parenting. You just have to love that child unconditionally and continue to put in efforts.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure having a conversation with Sister Skylar. She's out of the market, so if you have any intent of coming to my inbox to ask me, can I have a number? She's off the market. She's off the market. So I mean, she's a very sweet person, very nice, and she's fortunate to have a very noble partner, very gentleman, very great guy, and it's wonderful speaking with you, and my audience are so grateful. Thank you.
I am pleased that you came here to have this conversation.
Of course, anytime. Thank you.
Thank you.